Welcome back. Lopez, your real estate guy here. And today we are doing a follow-up on a previous video that I made regarding my ADU conversion. And today I want to talk about the money, the $50,000 that I put in to invest into this garage conversion and how I managed to regain the $50,000 that I put in. So please stay tuned, and I hope this video helps all of those of you that are trying to figure out how to add space to your home, how to add more value to your home. So please stay tuned. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lopez, your real estate guy, where we are buying, selling, and also looking at how to build wealth through real estate. I'm Lopez, your real estate guy. Please remember to subscribe and like this channel if you like the content that you see. And in today's episode, hopefully you've seen my video previously on how I managed to build an ADU by becoming my own contractor and delegating tasks and work, delegating jobs to plumbers, to electricians, to framers, to plumbers, and managed to cut costs so that I was able to build an ADU at an affordable price. In today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about the steps that I took from the completion of my ADU building to how I managed to recoup the $50,000 that I had invested into that garage conversion. So let's start with the debt that was accumulated. There was $23,000 worth of my own money that I put into my ADU conversion. There was an added $27,000 of that was in debt that I had accrued. I used $12,000 worth of credit cards at about an 18% interest rate, which landed me with about $330 in monthly payments. I also took out a personal loan from PenFed, and I am not a sponsor for PenFed, but I can honestly say that that was the best rate that I could get. So if you are looking for a loan, PenFed might be the best route to take. They gave me an interest rate of 6%, which at that time was fantastic, was the lowest priced interest rate that I could find. And I was making payments of about $330 a month. So as you can see, I was making about $700 a month worth of payments in the debt that I had accrued from this garage conversion. And I had a total outstanding debt of about $27,000. So the dilemma was, how was I to regain some of the money that I invested in my garage conversion? And what am I going to do with my ADU now that it's completed? I decided to come up with my own acronym, which is called BARA, BARA, which is basically what I did by accident, which was to buy a home with a garage, convert the garage into an accessory dwelling unit, refinance the home, and turn it into an Airbnb. So I'm going to talk about the refinancing part. And I managed to cash out refinance in order to regain the money that put into the ADU. This was back in June of 2020 when I first purchased the home, and the refinance took place in July of 2021. It took me about 10 months to build my ADU. And mind you, this was during COVID, so interest rates were pretty low at the time. As we speak, rates are at about a 5.5%. I had a loan of about $505,000 at a 3.9% interest rate with payments of about $3,300, which includes PMI, property taxes, and home insurance. The goal in my cash out refinance was to get a high appraisal in order to tap into the equity of my house and turn it into cash. A second goal of mine was to pay off the high interest credit cards and keep the same monthly mortgage payment. Now, if you're planning on refinancing after the completion of your ADU, you will need two forms. One is called the inspection record card, which is the card that your inspector was signing throughout the process of your conversion. And also what's called a certificate of occupancy, which basically allows the city to then, which is a recording of the added square footage of your home. Here is the actual document that was signed by my inspectors here in Santa Clarita. As you can see, they were all signed, and that final approval signature is definitely required. This is something that your appraiser will be looking for when he is evaluating the cost of your home. This second form is a COO, or a certificate of occupancy, which verifies the added square footage. You can get this form from your city after completion of your ADU, which could take anywhere from a week to a month to get a hold of. I do want to add that I did not have this form during my appraisal. All I had was the inspection card, which was sufficient enough for the appraiser to measure the square footage of my garage conversion and add it to the value of the home. So how does the appraiser actually come up with the new valuation of your home? What he does first is take the total ADU square footage, which is added to your home. In my case, my added square footage was 420 square feet. You would then take the average selling price per square foot from your city. This ADU was completed in the city of Santa Clarita in California. The average selling price per square foot at the time was about 550 square feet. So how can we get an approximate valuation of your home? We would take the average selling price per square foot, which is 550. We would times that times the added square footage of your ADU. And in my case, I came up with an approximate valuation of about $735,000. After the appraiser then looked at my home, and of course, there are always various factors when an appraiser comes to your home. We added a patio, we painted our home and added new flooring. So there were other factors that our appraiser looked at the time. But the actual appraisal that came in was $720,000, which came in a little lower than my expectations. But nonetheless, it was still enough for me to proceed with the cash out refinance. As you can see, the new equity was now $188,000 that I added to my home after completion of my ADU. In the cash out refinance, I was very lucky to have interest rates that were low at the time and managed to get a 3.5% interest rate. The new home loan was $576,000, and the monthly payments came out to about $3,249. Also, in this refinance, I was able to cut out the PMI insurance, which really you don't really need, but I was able to cut that out as well. So how much cash out did I receive? We look at the new loan, $576,000, the old loan at $505,000. We subtract that number and come up with a $71,000 credit. There were about $10,000 in closing fees, and I managed to get a cash out of $61,000 cash back. So the question now lies, is it worth it for you to refinance at these high interest rates The interest rates back a year ago, or actually a few months ago, were in the threes, and now we're faced with high interest rates in the mid fives. So the question is it a good idea to refinance with these higher interest rates? And would I do the same thing if I was building an ADU now? Would I have refinanced my home? So what I did was change my new loan and added a 5.5% interest rate, which as of May of 2022, this rings true for many Americans that if you're looking to purchase a home, you're looking at interest rates of about 5.5%. If you're looking to refinance, this rings true for many Americans out there that are trying to refinance their home, you would possibly be looking at an interest rate of about 5.5% as of May of 2022. And as you can see, if I were to refinance as of today, I would be looking at an added cost of about $800 per month on a 30-year fixed rate. So let's look at the pros and the cons. The pros would be that I would be paying off high interest debt. I would still have money to purchase for a down payment on a vacation home, which I would then be able to invest in and create more wealth through real estate. And if I decided to rent out my ADU, I would be able to recoup some of those costs. The cons would be that I would have a higher loan amount, I would have a higher interest rate, and I would have to end up paying $800 of added monies to my mortgage payment. So how would you be able to, or how would one be able to afford to make added monthly mortgage payments? $800 worth of added monthly mortgage payments. Well, one solution would be for you to Airbnb your ADU, and you would be able to almost get twice as much as renting. There are many travelers out there, many nurses, and a lot of traveling workers that prefer to stay at an Airbnb as opposed to a hotel. One reason would be that the home comes fully furnished, which is a great add and a great bonus to give to clients, a fully furnished home with all the amenities. And for these reasons, typically you would be able to Airbnb your home and get almost twice as much Airbnb as opposed to renting, which is something that I will definitely talk about in my next video. In my view, the only real reason to cash out is for you to buy another home. And I also have a disclaimer, and these are real questions that you need to ask, that you need to talk to with your family about. All situations are different. Can you make added monthly mortgage payments at today's rates if you were to decide to refinance? What do you plan to do with your ADU? Do you plan to rent it out? Do you plan to have your in-laws or family members move in? Or do you plan on Airbnb? And also, what type of philosophy do you have when it comes to debt? Do you like to leverage the loan like Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad? Or do you believe that it's important to pay off all of your debt, including mortgage debt, like Dave Ramsey likes to preach about? Again, I am not a financial advisor, so please consult with one before making any big financial decisions. Also, don't forget to follow me. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok, you name it. I'm probably on that social media site. So again, please like and subscribe. And if you would like a one-on-one consultation about your needs in regards to a home build, if you'd like to figure out if your ADU qualifies for a legal garage conversion, please don't hesitate to give me a call or schedule a one-on-one consultation. If you'd like some Airbnb tips, I'm here to help out with that as well. So please reach out. And if you have any questions, please leave those questions down below. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye now.